We talked last week about Ray J and how he basically is on the internet saying that the Kardashians are trying to frame him as the person that put the sex tape with him and Kim Kardashian out. Like he was going to leak it. And so they went and sold it together. And that it was more her and her mom's doing. It wasn't really him like that. You know, he's trying to put all of the blame for the sex tape on them. He's gaslighting. He's acting like everybody is judging him because of the sex tape and because of the idea that he's the one that put it out. I understand in Caucasian people land, y'all all thought that Ray J put this sex tape out. I guess in Caucasian land, that's what y'all were telling yourselves. But y'all know that's a lie. That's why I won't even give that a real, like, I won't even pay attention to white people sometimes because they just go along with whatever they think. They don't go along with any like evidence when it comes to like interracial relationships and shit like that. They just want to see a black person as a bad guy, granted. Okay. But at the same time, I feel like Ray J has been working with a lot of white people. I see constant ads for Raycon earbuds, headphones, and all of that type of shit. His partner is a white man. So I'm not gonna assume that all white people know this because honestly, I thought that a lot of white people didn't even really respect the Kardashians in the industry. Like, how long did it take? Child, Ray J's a golden lord. No, whenever he colors his hair, he's going through something. Y'all remember when him and Wendy Williams was caught outside the bodega with the book bag? He had orange hair, and I told y'all should be worried. Ray J, I told y'all, I don't think Ray J's a good guy. I just don't. I think that he has been bred in an environment that makes him unable to be accountable for his actions and the way he treats people and the things that he's done. And I think this sex tape is one of those things that he is trying to escape accountability on and also simultaneously using it as a way to garner more clout and more attention in a moment where his, people caring might be going down. Okay. I told y'all, yes, Ray is a Trump supporter, amongst other things. Ray's not a good guy. Like, I'll just keep saying it. He has no loyalty to black people. He has no loyalty to women. It's, you know what I'm saying? So, like, everybody coming to his defense, talking about how he has a right to defend himself. I was like, yes, take them to court, Ray J. But you apparently don't have any real evidence of them saying that you leaked the tape. Because I don't think they ever really said that. I told y'all I think that the Kardashians and him are still in cahoots and that all of the mess they had going on online was basically both of them drudging up more, more people to come and watch their respective shows. Because the Kardashians is on Hulu now. And y'all know Ray J is on Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. So Charlemagne the God had Ray J on his show. And Ray J thought he was making some great points, and people in the audience are cheering for him. Excuse me. Charlemagne doesn't believe the hype. Do you think Ray J is part of the marketing rollout for the second season of the Kardashians? So Charlemagne thought the same thing that I thought, basically, which tells me that's probably right. Ray J then comes at Charlemagne the God and his day and see if I can come and get y'all in Ray J voice. Okay. You hella corny, bro, for this. I'm really fighting for my kids to know the real truth about their dad because that's the number one most important thing to me as a father and a black man and for my family's name. It's crazy because talked on the phone and my only agenda was and is. I would have never did your show if I knew you would, excuse me, if I knew you would do some sucker shit like this. The headliner for this post is thirsty and clickbait at the highest level. Lame as fuck. You hella lame. Shaking my head. You almost worse than they are with this stupid ass question. I don't care what, I'm sorry. I don't care what nobody say about me defending myself. I look at my daughter and my son and what their future looks like, and I promise you, when I'm done, it won't be this false narrative. Fuck interviews from now on. Can't trust nobody. Mistake made, but lesson learned. All I care about is my kids knowing the truth. My kids. They are 4 and 2 years old. I don't have a lot of time before they can understand it, but I won't give up until my mission is done. Even if I died or somebody killed me tomorrow, God's plan is put in place. Can't be stopped. Charlemagne, donkey of the decade. Ray J, you thought you ate. Ray J, you thought you ate. Oh, Ray J thought he ate. Willie Ray. Willie Ray. So, just to pick out just a couple of small points here, y'all. The things he put in capital letters are the things he wants you to focus on. Black man, family's name, my kids. So here's the thing. And I'm going to say it again, and I'm going to keep saying it because I feel like there's always somebody that needs to hear this. Nobody cares about your kids. Nobody cares about your kids, especially when you don't care about your kids. And what I mean by that is you can't expect for history to change so that your children won't have a skewed view of you, when in essence, their view of you is probably already negative based on their interactions with you and the interactions you've had with their mother. You have dogged Prinky out very publicly, and I'm sure in private it's been far worse, and I'm sure your children have heard the way you talk to their mother, and then they can get online and they can watch you push her in a pool, they can watch you make her cry, they can watch you get her arrested in New Orleans, they can watch all the times that you've been disrespectful, that you have been irresponsible, that you have not cared about your legacy. All the times that you were dogging people out, being disrespectful, throwing money in the air, looking high, acting drunk, getting on stage and singing terribly while holding your son as if he's going to protect you from something. Listen, I think the way women use children to get out of doing shit they don't want to do, and I'm not saying y'all do this, all the time, but I'm just saying y'all know how women will be like, girl, it was the baby fault. And people will just give them a pass, right? For so long. I think that's the way some men try to tie their image to their children. It reminds me of Martell Hope. Y'all want people to act like you're not the person you are because you're supposed to be a better version of yourself for your children. Well, guess what? We're not going to pretend like you're a better version of yourself than you really are just for your kids. We're not going to do that, okay? I don't believe in putting the kids in harm's way just for the sake of punishing the parent. I don't believe that. So let's just be clear, because I know we just finished talking about that crazy ass lady who took the Uber. She was driving Uber. She got this man cheating with this lady in the back. She drops them back off to the house where the wife and kids was waiting on him. I said that was irresponsible, and I feel like she was being a Karen, and people need to mind their fucking business, because at the end of the day, you don't know them people's life, and you don't know what would take place once you've done something like that really didn't have nothing to do with you. Okay? You traumatizing people's children because you mad, about people cheating. You know what I'm saying? And I felt like that was fucked up, and that was overstepping boundaries. And there were so many people, well, he didn't care about his kids, and I understand that, but that does not mean that a stranger gets to traumatize my children because the parents made bad decisions. Like, I'm sorry, like, that's just not how I feel. I'm sorry. Like, yes, okay. So this means for me, I don't think anybody should be able to walk up to Ray J and Princess's kids and tell them how terrible their father is. But if they want to seek out information about him online, then they're going to see what they're going to see. You see what I'm saying? There's a difference between they weren't thinking about their kids and you're putting people in harm's way because you're mad about your personal shit. and you're projecting it on these other people. You know what I'm saying? That's how I felt. Like, I just felt like, girl, you don't know. That was very dangerous because and plus, I feel like kids don't need to see that. Like, I feel like every argument that people have with your kids don't need to see all of the terrible things that take place between you and your spouse. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't. They don't need to see everything. I don't care. As a child, I feel like sometimes I saw too fucking much. I didn't need to see all of that. Okay? Some of those things I'll never forget. Some of those things my mama don't remember and I remember. Crazy as hell. Okay? But anyway, I'm glad I wasn't the only one that felt like Ray J was full of shit. Charlemagne thought so too. And that's not to say Charlemagne is never full of shit, but just in this moment, he and I are on the same accord.